Grab the tissues, folks. Seriously. Go get the whole box, because if you've been following the absolute national treasure that is Alan CARR, you know that behind the thick-rimmed glasses and that iconic wheezy laugh, there is a heart of absolute gold. And today, today that heart was worn firmly on his sleeve, and it has left all of us in a puddle of emotions. We need to talk about Alan CARR. We need to talk about goodbyes. And we need to talk about that final message that has the internet absolutely buzzing with love, support, and a fair bit of heartbreak. The moment the mask slipped. We are so used to Alan being the chatty man. He's the life of the party, the one cracking the joke when the tension gets too high, the best friend we all wish we had to share a bottle of rosé with on a Friday night. But recently, we've seen a different side of him, a softer side. A side that reminds us that celebrities, for all their glitz and glamour, bleed just like the rest of us. Today's news centers around a deeply emotional goodbye, a closing of a chapter that feels both incredibly heavy and weirdly hopeful. Whether you've been watching him work his magic on interior design masters or following his candid interviews about his personal life, you felt this one. It wasn't just a sign-off, it felt like a release. Moving on, the final message that hit home. The buzz today is all about closure. As many of you know, Alan has had a rough couple of years. The split from his husband, Paul Drayton, wasn't just a tabloid headline, it was the ending of a massive part of his life. In a recent turn of events that has fans rallying around him, Alan shared sentiments that felt like a final message to that past life. It wasn't bitter, it wasn't angry, and that's what made it hurt so good. It was a message of gratitude. When someone stands up, after having their heart bruised publicly, and says, "I'm okay, and I'm thankful for what was," it hits you right in the chest. It's the kind of emotional maturity we all strive for but rarely achieve. Alan didn't just say goodbye to a relationship or a difficult era, he said hello to himself again. Sometimes you have to walk away to find your way back to who you were. Okay, he might not have used those exact words, but that was the energy radiating from him. The finality of his recent updates suggests he is ready to leave the shadows of the divorce behind and step fully into his new light. And honestly, we are so here for it. Why we are so protectively obsessed with Alan? Why does this matter? Why is Alan CARR news trending with such emotional intensity? Because Alan is relatable. He's not a robotic Hollywood statue. He talks about his weight, his insecurities, his dating disasters, and his loneliness. When he hurts, we hurt. Remember when he spoke about the loneliness of the empty house after the split? That wasn't a celebrity soundbite. That was the voice of anyone who has ever had to learn to sleep alone in a double bed again. So, when we see him today, signaling a goodbye to the grief and a goodbye to the drama, it feels like a victory for the underdog. It's a reminder that heartbreak isn't permanent. Laughter really is the best medicine. You can survive the worst days and come out smiling. The fan reaction, a tsunami of love. If you look at social media right now, it's not just news reports, it's a love letter. The comment sections are flooded. "Alan, you deserve the world. I cried watching this. So brave to be this open. Onwards and upwards, you legend." This is high engagement energy at its finest because it's real. We aren't just clicking on a headline, we are checking in on a friend. That's the parasocial relationship Alan has built. He hasn't built a fan base, he's built a support group. It's okay to say goodbye. The theme of today's emotional moment is that goodbyes are necessary. We hold on to things, people, memories, guilt, because we are scared of the empty space they leave behind. But Alan is teaching us something valuable today. He's teaching us that the empty space isn't a void, it's a canvas. Whether this goodbye refers to the finality of his marriage saga or the emotional wrap-up of a TV project where he poured his heart out, the takeaway is the same. Endings are just beginnings in disguise. What's next for our favorite chatty man? So, where do we go from here? If this is a final message to the past, the future looks blindingly bright. Rumors are swirling about new projects, potentially even more travel shows, which we need, because Alan abroad is comedy gold, and perhaps a new chapter in his personal life. But the most important thing is that the sparkle is back in his eyes. We've seen the sad clown act, and while it was touching, we are ready for the thriving king era. A note to Alan, and to you. If you are reading this and you're going through a transition, A breakup, a job change, a loss. Take a page out of Alan Carr's book today. Feel the feelings, cry the tears, write the final message, even if you never send it. And then, laugh. Find something stupid and funny and laugh until your ribs hurt. Alan, if you see this, know that the UK and the world has got your back. Thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for showing us that it's okay to not be okay, and that it's even better to eventually be okay again. Let's hear from you. This story has us all in our feelings today. How do you handle hard goodbyes? What is your favorite Alan Carr moment that always makes you smile? Drop a comment below. Let's keep this wave of positivity going. We love you, Alan.